The JC Higgins Model 85 pistol. Here we have the pistol in its box, some accoutrements, and the original paperwork that came with it. A little pamphlet. Interesting little gun, and if you notice, it's all stained with rust. This came to me as a gunsmith project for a friend of mine. Okay, we'll take it out of the box. And that's what the box looks like, just plain green box, nothing on it. And it had this brush cleaning rod in there with it, and the original little pamphlet there. But here's what the pistol kind of looks like, and when I got it, here are the original grips that were broken. I had to get replacement grips. That's what they look like. A lot better quality than what I received from Triple K. And if we take a closer look, you can see where the rust damage was down here on the frame. The grips were broken, and this gun was rusted solid. There was corrosion and crud. The gun was frozen. I didn't know whether it would ever work again or not. And I mean, I had to spend weeks. I had to soak it in Kroll oil, and you can see where the rust was there, and the hammer and everything. And then the grips, when they came, they don't quite fit. The screws go in too deep and make the magazine stick, so I had to like grind off some on the grip screws. And as you see right there, they don't mate up or fit on the frame well. And also, they must have pulled them out of the mold quick because they're lopsided. This area in here was higher up, and when you put the frame or the slide down onto the frame, it would rub and the slide wouldn't work. So I had to grind and sand the grips to get the pistol eventually work. But the gun is, let's get a close-up of the markings if we can see them. That's what it is there. Then it says on the top of the barrel, yeah, that's good, that's going to work fine. That's the marking on the barrel. Made in France. And then the company that made it, their name is here on the other side of the slide. Right here. So, it's a 10-shot semi-automatic pistol. It has an adjustable rear sight. The front sight, I don't know if you can change the blades or not. I'm not quite sure. There's a screw in there. This is your takedown lever to free the slide up. And this is your safety. Fire. And you flip it over like this. And the gun is on safe. Now, this also is used in the takedown. When I show you how to disassemble it, you pull the slide all the way back, and this pushes up into this notch and holds the slide back. And then on the other side of the pistol, you'd be able to rotate this down. And when you rotate this lever down, it will allow the slide to be removed from the frame. So, not a bad little gun. Now, the thing about it that I don't like is the spring that controls the hammer, the mainspring, is also the spring that controls this magazine release latch on the bottom. I can't manipulate it, but when the hammer is down and the slide is closed, I can get this, I have enough strength in my hand to get the mag out. If the hammer's cocked, I can't do it. it's just too much pressure. That's the only thing about this little gun that's weird and kind of a design thing, is that main spring that drives the hammer also controls the latch. 10-shot mag in the pistol. Well, that's what it kind of looks like close up. This angle, this angle. Like I said, I went and repaired this for this guy, and it was a real problematic job. I had to totally disassemble the gun, soak all the parts, and get the yellow rust off of them. There was rust and corrosion. You can see where it was on the back of the slide. You can see where it discolored the hammer all down inside the internal parts. The firing pin had to be taken out. It was frozen in the slide with crud, rust, and a lot of work on it. So now I got to take it. I took it out today to the range, and I'll show you on the range shooting. And actually, it's not a bad shooting gun. The bore was good. You know, once I cleaned the gunk out of it, the bore was nice and smooth. There was no rust internally. It was just like this weird corrosion. It's kind of like they left the pistol. See where when I scraped all the rust off, they left the pistol in a bucket of water or something. Alright, so that's what it looks like, kind of close up. I'm just going to glance on this. Not an expensive gun. Kind of unusual, though. I don't know, this may have been built in the 50s, 60s, J.C. Higgins. That's back when the department stores used to sell them, so I'd probably say the 50s. And I'll show you how to assemble, disassemble the weapon, and then we'll go to the range and we'll get a little range time in with it. But just a little interesting gun that's kind of passing through my hands, a little side work. To disassemble the weapon, you would remove the magazine from the pistol, clear the weapon, then where your safety lever is, pull the slide all the way back, rotate the safety lever to where it engages the cutout here in the slide. Like that. And once you rotate that around, engage it, you go to the opposite side. There's another lever. You see this is parallel with the slide like this. Push this down and that will create an opening or a gap in the slide where you can, or in the frame, I'm sorry, in the frame to where you can pull the slide off. Then here on this side, you depress the safety lever, put it on fire, then all you would do is draw back, not all the way, it's not a full there, and come up and ease the slide, the recoil spring and guide rod off top of the pistol. And basically that's all you have to do to disassemble this gun, to clean it and do your maintenance. And that's what you look like. There's your slide. And what you would do is you would push in, the firing pin is spring loaded, you would push in with a punch on the firing pin, slide the plate down like on many automatic pistols, and that's how you can get the firing pin and the firing pin spring out. Okay, now we'll reassemble the pistol. Okay, here's a nice close-up of the gun disassembled, your safety and that. And if you look, down in where I had all that gunk and grime, And then like I said on the back, them grips really don't fit on there well. And there's your mechanism that slides around and locks the slide in. That's what you're rotating, that little thing makes it a solid. Here's your recoil spring. Your slide with your adjustable sight. It's all nicely machined. It's too bad whoever had this gun abused the crap out of it and neglected it where it got in such a deplorable state. And yes, it does have a 10-round magazine. That's the mag right there. That thing even got rusted something fierce. But it works. Once I broke all the rust out of everything. Now, the strange thing is when you have this apart, the mainspring that controls the hammer with a plunger is also connected to the magazine release, which kind of like when the hammer is back, this thing is almost impossible to push back. Hold on a second. Okay, now you see the hammer's forward. Now I'm able to move that latch, clip latch. That's about the only thing I can say about this pistol that's a detractor, is when that hammer's back and locked, it is almost, for me, it's almost possible to slide that clip latch back. Alright, well, let's get her together. Alright, to reassemble the pistol, you know, we got safety on fire, we got this lever here pointing down, and I believe the guide rod is rusted into the spring, so what you do is down in there is down in the frame, there is a place where that goes. So you place that in there and you'll see where it slides in. Okay, you take the frame, or the slide, I'm sorry, slide, keep saying frame. Get the spring up in there and you just kind of pull it back. Pull it back. Remember, you don't go that far. You see the little thing, just get it to where it drops back down onto the frame. Now, I believe what you'd have to do now is then pull the slide back all the way again, rotate this lever, the safety, this here, up into the notch of the slide, like that, up into the notch. And on this side, you take this here and rotate this to where it is parallel to the slide. It's kind of tricky. Ah, there it goes. Like that. Then once you depress this, your pistol's on safe, and rotate this over, fire. And there you go. That's your reassembly. At least the best I can show you. Alright. Now, we'll take a closer, I'll give you a closer scan of the gun itself now.